Check, check, check. Morning, everybody. How you guys doing? Just a reminder, everything we're about to do is just for educational and entertainment purposes only. We do not trade with live funds. This is strictly just used to demo and paper trade. Welcome. I'm just going to send out a couple of tags on the Discord just to make sure everybody's over here. But I hope you guys are all doing absolutely fantastic today. Have a longer stream set up so that we can go from the PCE release, which is just about to happen in about 10-ish minutes or so, and then also into that New York Open so we can take advantage of all that volatility. Hoping to get a bunch of volatility here today, as markets have been a little stale on index futures, at least the past couple of days. So excited to get some more volatility into it. Hope you guys are all doing absolutely fantastic. As of right now for PCE, we have confirmed long positions on the ES and NQ. The positions that were drawn on here, this is just the average position with our stats using the system. Both look good. And then as of right now, the US 30 is in a neutral position. So again, this just defines that it's neutral at the moment. So you can't do anything. The SQ is also neutral. So it just means that there's a lower probability of price moving aggressively into a long or a short position. You can get some consolidation. So True Algo members, just be aware of that. And a reminder, if the US 30 is currently neutral, then the Russell should also be neutral. And the Russell is not. It's actually created a long position as of right now. So the Russell is looking to go and push up for the PCE release. And then SPY and QQQ are neutral. So all you ETF folks right now, you can't do anything anyways, but just at the moment, you're neutral. Amazon is neutral. Apple, you're neutral. Microsoft, you're neutral. And NVIDIA is in a tiny little bullish confirmation area because it has hit the box. So looking for something like this for NVIDIA to keep pushing up. Gold and silver are neutral at the moment as they've had confirmations on both sides of the box, and also just silver looks really tough where it is, so I wouldn't touch gold or silver today during this New York session. The only thing you're probably going to get is a bigger long position later, but as of right now, I wouldn't be worried about doing anything on gold and silver because of the trap that True Algo is setting with this bigger box stacked inside and then just a single box on silver. So just chill. And then oil, really, really tough right now on a bigger weekly box. So again, another asset that I wouldn't be worried about playing. I would look at other assets for now. DXY is currently neutral, so this doesn't help PCE. Typically, if DXY is in a specific confirmation, then that can help propel markets in a specific direction for PCE. But at the moment, DXY is neutral. It did have a bearish confirmation that played out already, but now at the moment, it's in a neutral state as it's back at the boxes and closing it. And then this is the pound. The pound is also neutral, so it just means we can't do anything. We can check the euro real fast. I am using the CFD versions right now, as I know many of you guys are on CFDs rather than the future series for Forex. And then you can also see over here on the euro, it's neutral. I mean, it was beautiful earlier. We had that simultaneous long position on the euro with that simultaneous bearish confirmation on DXY. But as of right now, you are now done. And we are currently in a neutral state on DXY, the pound, and the euro. So you can't do anything. And then crypto folks, you had another bearish confirmation that just played out not too long ago on crypto, pushed down, and then Bitcoin hit its take profit right there, and then now you are neutral. So a lot of assets are currently in a neutral state, so it just means that for this PCE, besides the index futures, there's not really anything to do on any other asset class. So unless you're on index futures, everything else is in neutral. So that means, again, gold and things like that, you got to be neutral, and we'll see if these longs play out here for the PCE release in 6.5 minutes. And just like that, done doing any type of technical analysis, don't have to do any more. And I'll be here to help you guys. Any questions you have, please let me know. But excited to see if we can get we just need to get some juice into the markets. Been consolidating a whole bunch for the entire week. We are still literally at the weekly open. If you guys look right here, just to show you on the ES, we open the week over here, and we are literally here. So markets have not budged at all this week. So excited for next week. True Algo members, you guys know September starts next week, and it's probably my most important week of trading since last year about what we were calling on the crypto side and the index side. So it's going to be exciting. We'll have a big generational wealth update too. So yeah, now just awkwardly get to wait here for the candle to close. If you're not a member, you'll probably be wondering why we're not switching to smaller time frames and trying to force moves. And that's not how our system works. We wait for the candle to close, and then if we have a new confirmation candle above or below a box, then that's when we do something. If not, this is real action of trading that can replicate every single day, where you don't take a move every single candle or every single time change that you can do to force a candle. And then Salty, when you say are you saying is it possible for gold to go to a new all-time low? I'm trying to understand what the acronym is. I don't know about an all-time low, because that wouldn't really make sense. Or you just mean like a low for the year, or so to speak? Just let me know. Right now, I guess it'd be easier for you to write down. With gold, you need it to close back above 34.73 to be bullish. And then you would today, I mean, it's going to be really hard to short gold. There's too much support by True Algo. It's telling us let everyone else get caught in this area and you stay away. There's no shorts on gold basically till 34.45. So gold above 34.73 or gold below 34.44 should be there. As far as the previous low, I mean, it's a Friday. You do have news to help propel price. Going for the previous low for the day, I think that's absolutely possible. We can put the companion on real quick. Going right here. That's the New York low of yesterday. You got London low. We're not taking any of the lows, by the way. Like there's New York low, there's London low, and then there's the previous day's New York low, there's the previous day's London low. So gold's not sweeping lows. That does mean that if we decide to break down for PCE here shortly in 3 minutes, and into the New York session, you're going to get more of an elevator down for gold. Not a like nice smooth. You won't get this. Like, yeah, nice time. It'll just be basically like a knife, something like that. But as of right now, you have to be neutral on gold. And then let's see if PCE pushes us up. PCE is not one of the, I'll type it out here just so you guys have it. PCE is not one of the highest volatility injection events. So just be aware that it's not like CPI or FOMC. It has a little bit of increase in markets, but nothing like what NFP and CPI and FOMC do. So there might not be any movement whatsoever, but I'll be here with you guys as it moves. See if this Russell play can finish playing out too. The full average win, guys, by the way, is in next box, 116 points. See if we can get it. Enjoy. Drink. Try my best not to just start talking about random things. And I know it's awkward that I'm being quiet if you don't know me or know the system. I know most of you guys are just members, so it's not a big deal. But trying to just stay focused on what price action is doing and not just fill it up with words like I'm doing at the moment until we have a confirmation or a new play to be acted. But hopefully there's a lot of volatility in less than a minute, and then I can talk a whole bunch more. But let's see if these longs get played out or if it becomes a loss. And if it becomes a loss, let's move on to the next one. Again, one of the best parts, True Algo members, if it is a loss, like we're continuing to have those at the smallest box of our system, and that's what you want. You don't want what happened on oil today where it's taking a loss from the bigger box. You want it from this DSZ and DRZ zone. almost there. There's PCE release. Again, you can see as of right now, there's not really any volatility being injected or volume into the market. So longs are still holding, but you see how like that current candle's like not budging like at all. Now we're getting a little bit more momentum, but just showing you like the size of the candle compared to like FOMC or PCI NFP. But I'll definitely take the direction that we're in. You can see that it's going further in our favor. ES folks getting closer to that 50% point. Russell folks, you just hit the 50% point on this. Again, 50% means that if it's 116 points, as soon as you get to right around 58 to 60 points, you want to move your stop loss to break even and take profit. But that's a win now on the Russell. Make sure you guys shift your stop loss to break even so that the Russell isn't a loss. Congrats. The ES is past the halfway point now. See if we can get this NQ to keep muscling up, but should be a nice little win real quick to start the pre-New York session. I think the Russell is just about to pop the box. Yeah, that's a little bit over 90 points now on the Russell. I know not all of you guys can trade the Russell. Sorry, it's 102 points on the Russell right here, right side of your screen. So nice little win. Low stress too. The PCE candle, you guys can see there's zero retracement. I mean, minus one tick if that. And then now some take profits happening, just a little tiny bit. Again, that ES looks like it pushed up about 8 handles, I think. Actually, 10.5 handles on that play. Looks small on the screen, but it's not. I think the NQ pushed up 123 ticks or 30 handles. I know it looks really small. Most people are used to being on those tiny little candles. But 30 handles nonetheless. And even better, True Algo members, if any of you guys got into the sniper entrance, right? And so open the position here. Full retracement 111, 116. Average retracement is 95. And then the closes were 86. I mean, you got a literal perfect sniper entry anywhere right here. Trying to aim for this 3.5 R overall if we can get it. And now I'll just try to do my best job to distract you guys, see if we can let these plays continue to push upwards. You can see NVIDIA doing its job on the right side of our screen in the long position, right over here. NVIDIA is the biggest market cap currently. To help, you guys can see silver is in a new bearish confirmation. Gold is neutral. Again, you can't touch commodities. Just stay away. Maybe there's some moves on copper or platinum or something like that. But again, gold and silver, man, even this looks terrible. I just want to show you guys an example. So these are two other precious metals right over here. This is platinum and this is copper. They should look the same, like moving in the same direction. And even these, like literally terrible. One is pushing down, one is pushing up. That literally means True Algo is telling you to stay away from these assets. It's just going to be a low probability. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. And then Forex, nice little push up continuing on DXY. It's still neutral. And then over here on the right side of our screen on the Euro, potentially could get a short activation, but you're not going to get confluence on DXY. So it just means you have to wait. So hurry up and wait. Markets might lose volatility towards the middle to end of the New York session today anyways, because we are at a weekend of not vacation, but a holiday for the U.S. Markets closed on Monday. So people might be getting off early. Somebody just bought crypto like crazy. So that long off the weekly system right here, True Algo members going fantastic. You had the Tether agreeing, but no confluence on Ethereum. And then just a little bit of consolidation on the index futures right now. And I'll just sit here and wait a little bit. Need to put like an alert right here so we don't miss this. We'll just call it Russell hitting full take profit at the box. This is just in case I miss it. If I'm looking at another asset. And then Gory, I personally am not on the Swiss, but if you ask me which pair do you want me to put on, I can show you what it looks like. We can see. And I can show you how we use the Forex side. We have a really big advantage with Forex. And I mean, I'll guess I can just show you real quick, and I'll just guess what Swiss side you want. So like, this is DXY, it's up here. So if you're wanting to move that Swiss over, so usually I'm presuming you're going to want to play like the pound versus it, not the other side. So I'll put the pound over here on the right side of our screen, and watch this real quick. So I'll show you. DXY is at the top part of our system, and you'll see over here the pound is at the lower part of our system. So that's the pound is weak. Does that make sense? And so now let's do the US dollar versus the franc. We should be on the upper side. Before I even put it on there, just so you can see. So right now, because we're at the upper side of our system, that's the dollar showing strength. Therefore, the dollar should also be up on that side against the franc. So watch now. Oops, wrong chart. I meant to do it on this side. And you can see it's also, even before it loads, you can see price has gone up to, oh, and that looks beautiful, by the way. You can see perfect short. That was in line with DXY as well. So perfect short into a long right here as well. And right now, the Swiss against the dollar is telling you to short. That means that the dollar is showing weakness. We're getting a little bit of retracement right now on the index futures. But this is all showing correct. You can see the US dollar versus the franc looks beautiful. But I can show you as well the pound versus the franc. Come on. There we go. And you can see it looks just like what the pound looks like against the dollar. Super weak, because it'll be the opposite of whatever the DXY looks like. Yep, down here. You actually had a perfect short right here. Almost zero retracement on the pound versus the franc, like this. And then there's your win, full take profit hit when you got to the next box. Then there was a new short right here, very small win. Maybe don't take that one into a small long. That's a win. And then now looking to produce a new short. So I'll move back over. Reminder that the index is bigger take profits happening on that Russell play after 102 points. And then you'll see that the ESNQ are back to the break-even area. Crypto, we support over 40 or 50 coins. I think it might actually be 90. I apologize that that's a real big difference between 40 and 90. I don't remember the last number. But if you want, Steven, you can just ask me what assets, and I can pull it up. And also, we add crypto assets every time True Algo members ask. Right now, again, ETH, Bitcoin, and Tether, you can see that see the circles, they're all hitting the same box. So a lot of people who are now trying to jump into these late long positions on that candle, and you know, retail traders, they follow wherever the candle goes. They're all longing into a box that they shouldn't. And Tether is obviously hitting our reaction box and flipping it back to being bullish. This is why I said to be neutral on crypto. So let those people get caught up. No reason to fight it. But if you let me know what crypto assets you're looking at, I can let you know if it's on there. And now we wait a little bit. Steven, I hope you're doing well. I remember seeing you on here before. Same thing with you, Glory. So Ifrin's saying on the 30-minute time frame, take a short on gold. And then as long as you make risk your most important thing, right? But we are 22 minutes away. I think what he's saying is he would take a short like this to play it down. And remember, risk has to be the most important thing if you're going to make any decision that you're wanting to do. But I'd be careful, because if it closes up here, now we're in a bullish confirmation. And silver is very close because the candles are getting bigger on silver. And silver can produce a long as well, and it would be only looking for reasons to push up. NQ, folks, we're back to the break-even point on the position. Good, that's good to hear, man. I'm still here, people. Just awkwardly waiting for the next candle to close in 5 minutes. You can see Apple is about to flip. If that candle closes bearish, a red candle, then Apple's going to signal that for New York Open, it wants to open puts, not open calls. So that means to short. It would be the only one. All the rest are currently still neutral. You can see they haven't popped the box, but Apple will be the one that develops something new, and we'll see how that affects our indexes. Amazon pushing up a little aggressive now as well. We want things to push up because that's going to help the ES, NQ, US 30, and Russell longs. There's no long on US 30, sorry. ES, NQ, and the Russell long over here. Reminder, guys, that the Russell can't be a loss. You can't have an asset move almost 90% of the average. Again, 103 points out of 116. It's roughly 89%. And then call it a loss. So take a win when you can get one, especially with markets being so consolidative this week. Any questions you guys have, just let me know. It's going to be a little boring. But hopefully now you guys are seeing why I said this, that PCE is not one of the higher volatility injection events. And now you're seeing that. I mean, it was what? Roughly 10 handles now, 11 and a half handles on the ES. We do have NFP next Friday, so bigger volatility. I tend to make random noises just to make sure that the members know that I'm still here if I stop talking. You can see whoever was asking if the gold still trying to creep up above that box. Oil's in a new long confirmation. Just be careful on oil. It's been really difficult today. The average is going to look good, but the problem is, remember, take profit one is right here. So I would go really, really small. It's not worth it to go large into this position. Plus, you would want it to do this in the first place. Get down to a 1.6, 1.8, 2.0 area, right around this area. That'd be where to go long. So tiniest position ever right here when practicing, just because the take profit is so close. And then it would open a new position here anyways. That's why it's not worth going big in this area. DXY is still pushing up really, really strong. Reminder that that euro was getting really, really close to producing a new short, but you need DXY to close between a box so that you can short the euro once again. And then True Algo members, from the macro side, we did bounce again from my reaction box. Down here is my reaction box on DXY. More crypto traders getting trapped at that high, unfortunately for them. I'm going to stop now for 2 minutes and let the candle close. You guys doing all right, True Algo members? Reminder that the markets are closed Monday, so they'll be a little bit weird, but futures will open Monday night. And I'll post on tomorrow what my streaming schedule will be and then when we're going to do the macro, because it being a Sunday and Monday with markets being closed on Monday, I might adjust slightly. I most likely am going to do Monday again with you guys for our macro stream. Also because futures will open, so it'll give us a chance to be live during the Asia session open for just the index futures side, Forex, commodities, all that good stuff. So just be aware of that. One thing I'm going to talk to you guys about, again, the current members, is we want to go look back at February and how much price is mimicking what we're seeing right now about this lingering up here. Remember, if you're a member here, you guys know this, but the others won't know. It's just where the VIX is at right now. Like, it just, again, we're consolidating and trying to trap people as much as possible before we have this happen in markets again. So we have a new close, everybody. I'll update the index futures and stocks. They're the only ones in the ETFs that have the 15-minute close. Everything else is on a 30. So we are still in a bullish confirmation on both the ES and NQ. The Russell is done. The only thing you should be doing right now on the Russell is this. Your stop loss should be to break even, or you're trailing it because you've already had the full win. We set the alert to see if we can get to the actual average win, but again, 102 points you can take all day to the bank, literally. And then over here on the QQQ and SPY, they're still neutral, so you can't do anything. And if all these things, other things are saying to be neutral, then the stock should still err on that neutral side. And as of right now, Amazon is still neutral, and that's good because it's pushing up green. That'll help the ES and NQ. Big update on Apple. Remember, I was saying that there's a potential that Apple could confirm bearish right here, guys. Again, right here on my screen. But Apple did hit the box, but did not close bearish. And now Apple is pushing up, and we want to see that because that's going to help the current long positions. So you are still neutral on Apple. If you can close this green candle up here, now we have a new bullish confirmation, and Apple will be looking for calls at New York Open. Microsoft is literally turned off. You guys can see like someone literally turned the asset off. There's no volatility on it. And NVIDIA is still holding its current longs, and it will be in calls for New York Open if it stays there. Big push up now on gold and silver. Reminder that we can get into new longs here. It's worth it from a risk to reward perspective on the long position on gold and silver this time. You'll have more volatility for New York Open, and then you have a further target away for the take profit. I'll show you what I mean, like if it gets activated here in 15 or 20 minutes. Sorry, in 13 minutes to be exact. So you can see the average move isn't even to the next box. So it could be potentially upwards of 115, 120 points on that long that could confirm. DXY still neutral. Crypto traders still getting trapped. And see if we can slowly but surely inch our way up to the average position on the ES and NQ. And just a reminder for all of you guys that I try to do my best to not just keep talking randomly. So if it seems like I'm being quiet, it's just because we're waiting for the next candle to close and then to update, because trying to be as realistic in markets as possible. There shouldn't be constant fireworks and changing time frames just to make sure that there's a position to be on the screen. So I'll type here. I have to spell this last word wrong. Actually, hold on. There's a limitation on the YouTube chat. There we go. Any of you guys got anything planned for the Labor Day weekend? I know it's more a U.S. holiday and not all of you guys are over there, but if you got anything planned, let us know. Enjoy it, Victor. Hopefully the weather where you're at will stay good. It looks like a bunch of places in the U.S. are looking like it's starting to cool off. But the summer heat is now starting to complete. See all those crypto people just getting stuck. You don't got to pop up any type of volume or profiles that are in there. I mean, you can just see it stacked box 2, 3, this, all of them hitting the same exact box, which is stacked inside of others at the same time. Just hurry up and wait. And again, crypto folks, like Otoro is absolutely killing crypto right now for us. You just go back in time. Again, you can see that the shorts from the previous week or 2 weeks ago. I left this on here from what we did 2 weeks ago, by the way. 89% chance that we would go higher today. And then from there, straight to this weekly box, caught the all-time high at 125K, and then it is short season. Nuts, man. And now you're at the last place this week to support Bitcoin before we go to 90 and 80K here over the next 3 or 4 weeks. Probably going to bottom at 60K overall, and then that'll be the bottom. Again, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. In 8 minutes on that bigger update, True Algo members, I'll start writing down just where everything is at going into this New York Open. Though I'll be here with you guys this time, so not sure if it's needed. Oil's almost to that first take profit one. Again, oil's been really tough earlier today. I mean, by tough, like there was a short position here. It immediately retraced against you, allowed you to get the best sniper entry possible, and then came back down, allowing you to get here, retraced again, comes back down, and then eventually is a loss, and then now a small win back behind it. But if you guys got in any of the retracement points, then you were able to take advantage of oil. I'll show you what I mean. Again, that position one is right here, and then this being the average, and then from here, that's the most important candle right there. Like nothing is better than getting a close on our box line where people are going to be most fearful, and then pushes down. It doesn't push down to the full average, you know what I mean? But I think it's still pushed up about, or down about 50 points overall, 33. And then from there now into this smaller position, going box to box. Just trying to type a message for anyone who's jumping in. So just letting you guys know again, I'm still here, just waiting for this next candle to close in 5 minutes. Markets won't produce new moves every minute, and we're just trying to make markets relaxed and repeatable. True Algo members, any of you guys like me, like just wanting markets to go nuts? I'm missing the volatility that we had in early August. This week has just been so stale. So stale. Gold and silver going for it. Forex neutral now. Crypto, let me get back to the normal charts. Whole bunch of nothing. Even if Bitcoin were to get into a new long position up here, the chances of Tether supporting it are almost none. Maybe total can help you. Remember, it's okay if the other assets are neutral, which they are. I mean, total's going to help you. That looks really good, actually. Look at total. Identical to Bitcoin right now. So, trying to flip that market structure back to being bullish off of True Algo looks good. You guys see how they look identical? Total one, Bitcoin. So that's where you're going to want to try to find your reasoning to long Bitcoin here at 111K when total confirms as well. But you're not going to get it on Tether and ETH. They have too many boxes in the way. And that's, again, True Algo telling you to be cautious. Almost to that close, everybody. Trying to see the stats. I know they're lower. You'll see here in a second on this SQ. It's going to produce the stats for this right here. And there you go. So, and the reason why I'm looking at this is because we want the SQ to do this, because that means the ES and NQ will go like that. They'll go up. So if you guys notice, there is a target right here, and that's the daily scalp target, but there's only a 56% chance that's going to get hit today. I like that. That means it's lower. So that means we can do this before potentially coming up here. I don't want it to do this, because if it does that, that means the indexes will do this, and I'll show you what I mean. And we want the indexes to keep propelling upwards. So that's a good thing. And then US 30, folks, you guys, your daily scalp target is still active, and this one has an 85% chance. It's small on your screen, but like, I'll write the note right here. 85% chance US 30, will go here during NYSE. Now, there's no long confirmation on that, but the reason why I want to know that and why I'm comparing it to the lower hit rate chance on the SQ is it will help the ES and NQ propel themselves upwards. That's what we want. Okay, so we have a new close now. As you guys can see, once again, nothing has changed. And so this is going to be a little bit boring for people that don't know me or don't know the system with True Algo. We are still in our bullish confirmations. We're still looking for it to go higher. There's no new position to take. US 30, we are still neutral. SQ, we are still neutral. That means the QQQ, SPY, they're going to still be neutral, as we can see right here. Neutral and neutral. And then the Russell, still in our current long position. Again, make sure your guys' stop is at break even, or you're trailing your stop and just trying to get it to actually get to the next box. Again, 102 points earlier. And then now that we're on the stock side, nothing has changed except for Apple. And for some reason, it hasn't printed the new candle. But Apple now is looking for calls at New York Open. This is a positive because we're looking for bullish moves on the ES and NQ right now. And there's that. There's a candle gap. I bet you it's going to get down here, by the way. Trading view glitched, and so it's going to correct itself here. Look, it literally just did it. You guys see that? I didn't put the start of the long position up here because the candle gapped, and trading view fixed the gap just now, just like that. And there's the actual correct area for the entrance, and everything else is neutral. All right, man. I'm going to let you guys watch the indexes. I'm still here. And then gold did confirm bullish. Just remember your sizing. You got a very large stop here, but you are correct that this is a bullish confirmation on gold. You might get a really big breakout on it, though. It has to break through that little bit of consolidation to the left, but we'll see. I'll draw the average positions for you, like so. I'm going to leave the indexes up. I'll be right back, guys. Please check chat. All right. Just a whole bunch of waiting still. Markets are. We got to remember this for next week, or not next week, next year. Just about the Labor Day week before that, that markets might be a little dry, lower volatility. That little bit of consolidation bearish you're seeing right now is from Apple, Microsoft, and Nvidia currently turning red. Amazon's still pushing up green, but it's by itself. Silver almost halfway on its position. Gold now retracing back to the break-even point. Oil went back to the reload area, by the way, still holding. And you see those crypto traders all got trapped, and now price pushing down a little bit. Break evens might not feel the best, but they feel a whole lot better than red. You know what I mean? Still doesn't feel good. I mean, we always want to win, and that's what trading does to us. We want to be on that high all the time and always want everything to go straight up and vertical. We want to do the calculations. If you make that amount of money every single day, how quickly you'll be a millionaire. And it's one of the fastest ways to lose everything that you have. It's just really important to just be focused on trying to be as consistent as possible, and then force the markets to give you more confluence when the markets are being difficult. Don't force yourself to get into plays just because you're live on markets. I think September is going to be a pretty crazy month for most people that are not going to handle it. We're going to have quite the trend. I do not think that September is going to be a stale month. It's going to be very aggressive. I'm excited for it. And True Algo members, I'll set you guys up for success with Otoro the best that I can with the macro view always before. Neutrino, if you're in here, thanks, bud. I appreciate it. That Russell's starting to muscle up a little tiny bit. The biggest issue that we're going to run into here shortly is as we get closer to the New York Open, with that Russell being confirmed bullish and the ES and NQ being confirmed bullish, when we open at New York, they're going to tend to diverge. And so I would rather the Russell diverge and go downwards. I'll show you guys why. I would rather this happen now, because that means that the ES and NQ can do that. That's what we want. You don't want the opposite, even though that'll allow the Russell to get to the full average. The Russell's already given us 100 points. You know what I mean? We want the ES and NQ instead to finish pushing their way upwards. Take advantage of the full average wins if we can get them. About 6 minutes for the next close. Just trying to awkward make sounds. It's a habit. That Russell getting closer and closer. Oil, gold, and silver. Commodities all retracing a little bit right now. Forex is not budging. Still neutral on both the DXY and on the euro. It doesn't matter if you check the pound. It doesn't matter if you check the UJ, the UCAD, because DXY is neutral. They're all going to be in a neutral state as well. You'd have to only be looking for minor pairs against each other. You can see even like the pound versus the yen, because did get a hit on it. Real small moves though. Again, you're just trying to find something, and that's not the best way to go about trading when you feel like you need to be in a position. So just got to hurry up and wait. You can see we're now getting a little bit bigger divergence. We're not even at New York Open between the Russell and the ES&Q, pushing down now. But that Russell's pushing up. Almost there on Russell. Inching its way up. Slow and steady. Reminder, there's no options play yet for another 15 minutes, but tracking what they're going to be doing, it'll help our index plays. Yeah, that little bit of retracement. Trying to see over here on gold. Again, try not to get scared, guys. Gold retraced 26 ticks. The average retracement we give you guys ahead of time is 20. So a little bit of retracement, pushing down. Silver still holding up fine against it. One minute away from the next close. Hoping that markets will get a little aggressive when we open. Just bring us some volatility. I'll take it in any direction at this point. This will be that last update before the actual New York opening candle. Again, the only thing we can update is index futures, stocks, and ETFs. And there's that next update, and this will be the last one before the New York opening candle. The ESs and the NQ are still in bullish confirmations. True Algo members, the only thing I would let you guys know is I'd be a little hesitant on the NQ right now if you're still holding it, where maybe sizing just needs to be taken into consideration, because if you look, it's starting to diverge from the ES, which is not normal. That shouldn't happen. They should be moving in conjunction with each other. US 30 and SQ, they're still neutral. That just means that there's no clear direction on either one of those that what New York wants to open at. Russell's still in that bullish confirmation, trying to finish getting it up here. Again, remember what I said, guys, is stop loss to break even or trail, and you can take advantage of at least pushing up. You're back up to that almost 100-point range. SPY and QQQ, you guys are still neutral for New York open. We are still in that bullish confirmation. So Apple is still currently looking for calls. Amazon to the left side is still neutral. Microsoft is still neutral. And then NVIDIA is still looking for calls at New York open. So 2 reasons to push up at New York open, 2 reasons to be neutral on the stock side. And then we'll keep monitoring this as it gets closer to New York open. See if gold and silver can keep pushing up too. Nothing on crypto or commodities. Or sorry, Forex. That VIX is still holding that 4.26 as well. I'm just typing in the market sentiment chat now for you guys, True Algo members, just so you guys can see. So right now I'm just typing the ES and NQ are currently confirmed long. 2 out of 4 stocks are also confirmed long for the New York open. Russell is still confirmed long, but the play is done unless you are trailing your stop loss. further into profit. SQQQ, US30, SPY, QQQ, all telling us to be neutral. It just means that it will be harder for these current longs to play out and instead consolidate. So remember, True Algo members, you guys asked me about this yesterday, or Adam did, about how I knew that the indexes would be a little bit difficult yesterday. And that was, it's similar to today where like, you got to note that like, guys, we're on a Friday, markets have moved a ton, and this is where our system is really effective, and we're still at weekly open. It's just, it's not normal. Markets are supposed to shift, not start the week and end the week in the same place overall. And if they do, they should have had massive movements beforehand so that they're ending neutral rather than being neutral for an entire week straight. So it just means that if we're going to continue to have neutral signs and neutral confirmations from our system, it just means that it's going to be harder for these plays to play out. So it just means continue to size lower or don't play at all. You want to have high probability wins in our favor, and right now everything is not confirming the same direction, so don't force things to happen. And remember, this is specific to that New York session. Right now, I'm just finished typing into you guys on the Discord side, so you guys have it. So this is what I just finished writing to you guys, and I just sent it. The last paragraph being the most important one. So I just reminded you guys of what the index futures are all looking like right now. But the biggest thing is we want more things to have confluence right now for prices to want us to move into a new area. So like if you look where price is right now, we want more things to all say up or more things to all say down so that we can move price finally. Because of this, sizing should be small when you're practicing, or really important, not playing at all. So think about that real quick. Like regardless of having more and more confirmations, because there are things that are still waiting to produce a move, it's a good time to practice not doing anything and just sit there and sit on your hands, okay? Because what always happens is people still want to take ideas because they never want to miss out. That's the problem with FOMO. And the issues that causes, it will always tell you later on, you're like, man, I wish I would have just left off that day. Think about your trading journals, you know what I mean? In your profit and loss calendars, like if you would have just left off that one day, you would have got that payout, you know what I mean? Or if you would have left off that one day, you didn't have to dig out a hole and you would have made 4 figures that week. Does that make sense? So as I continue on that message I just sent you guys, I said, we don't have to take ideas when practicing. It's a good idea to practice at times not taking an idea when market conditions are not in our favor and instead are in a consolidation fest. How do we know we are in a consolidation fest? It is Friday and we are still at weekly open. That is all the info you need right there, and that we are not hitting boxes left and right between Asia to the start of NYSE. That is the definition of consolidation with True Algo. And even the assets that are not, they're still stuck at boxes on top of boxes. For any of you guys that are on different asset classes, I'll show you guys what I mean as I just said that. Again, like if you look at crypto, like look at all the boxes. You have the 2 daily boxes up here stacked inside the weekly box, followed by a daily box. Like there's just too much stuff in the way. And then look here on Bitcoin, like how good True Algo is at trying to keep you safe. Even these little bullish moves right here, there was no bullish move on ETH. So you can't take the idea, and True Algo is trying to protect you And from here, you have the day box stacked in the weekly box within a daily box extended, and then the weekly box down here. It still provided these small little wins, like where there was little to no consolidation, and that's what we want. But because you've got all of box stacked, it's just, again, that's the definition of you're going to see consolidation. So just stay out of the way. Sit on your hands, turn your computer off, go to your weekend earlier. If I wasn't on YouTube right now, I probably would have asked all of you guys, hey, I'm going to jump off the stream and come back on for New York Open, because there's no reason to just sit there and stay on it and try to make the plays do something. That's what you see from other places, and it creates really bad habits in trading. You guys see here how Apple's starting to fail. Reminder, there's no plays yet, but in 7 minutes, if it closes down here, that is a bearish confirmation, and we'll be looking for puts on Apple. That is not going to help the long ideas on the ES and NQ. The Russell did put in a new high, everybody, just by, looks like 2 ticks. Again, we were at 102 ticks earlier. And now we got it put up 3 ticks higher, 105. Again, just be trailing your stop here. And at New York Open, if you're worried that you might lose in case it rejects really aggressively and you don't want to lose out on your win, then just close it all the way. There is quite the move left to be in here, so maybe just leave a little tiny bit of it open so that you could potentially get some consolidation and get that out of it. I mean, that's another full average win, even if it's on a single micro when you're practicing. It's worth it because you got 2 boxes stacked, let alone one is a weekly box. And then again, True Algo members, make sure you guys have that market sentiment channel alerts turned on. Or notifications, I guess. I posted in the Discord for you guys. Russell just hit take profit. Boom. There you go. Just got to be patient, man. Do you guys, True Algo members, I don't know if the people who are not a member are going to understand, but what I care about is you guys learning how to judge live candles. Do you see that, like on Russell, we talked about trailing and trailing and trailing and trailing, and now that's the fruit of the labor. That's the extra 10 or 15 ticks that can make or break your week, even if it's just to get at break even. But now you continue to trail and trail aggressively. Like put your trail like right here, like at that 100 tick point, and then let this last little bit run. And it's worth letting it run, guys. One, it's a Friday. Like there's a very big area for it to continue running, but there is your full 116 tick win plus an extra 10 on top of it right now. Getting a little bit more bullish momentum on the ES and NQ. I'll take it. Congrats, West. There's a big dip on Apple just now. It's still holding, though. See if NVIDIA can just go nuts. If NVIDIA and Amazon can just push upwards here at New York Open, then reminder that NVIDIA is in a bullish confirmation. Then can see if we can get the full ES and NQ long to play out. That Russell's gunning for it. Again, guys, let it trail. Just let it go. Try to get another full average win between these two boxes. Right now, 140 points live for the Russell play. Every single candle, look at the bottom of the candle. Almost zero retracement. That was the first candle that we were together. 1 tick retracement, 0 retracement, 2 ticks of retracement, about 3 ticks of retracement. Just straight vertical in our favor. Nice and relaxed. Again, we want markets to be predictable. We want them to move the way we want, not force them to do what we want. And it's a bad thing. Control what we can control. You guys see that? It's already halfway up to the next target area. That's 150 points now on Russell. 160. Congrats. Remember, listen to what I'm saying from a demo and practice trade only. Just let it trail. Try to keep scooping up some of that micro if that's what all you have left. And then once you get to like this area, there's no reason to hold anymore. That's it. But congrats to those of you guys that took it. Beautiful win on the Russell. The coolest thing now is this is where you want the divergence. Now let's diverge. Let's do this on the Russell and let the ES and NQ just go nuts at New York Open. Let's do it. And everybody wins. Gold and silver back to that neutral position. New York's just about to pop. You're going to be neutral on Amazon, still bullish on Apple, neutral on Microsoft, and bullish on NVIDIA. So 2 reasons to push up, 2 reasons to be neutral. We'll see if this Russell idea plays out to help our ES and NQ. Getting some retracement right now. Here comes that New York Open. Come on. There's New York Open. So again, Apple's still in calls, neutral on Amazon and Microsoft. There's the Apple calls already going to a full win real quick. And then NVIDIA is actually retracing at the moment, but Apple calls pushing up. Russell pushing down. Neutral currently on the ESNQ candle. US 30 is pushing up. It's not what we want to see. We don't want that divergence to happen. You guys see? Reminder what I was telling you guys about the NQ, that I don't like it right now because it was diverging from the ES, and you can see it continues to aggressively push against it more than what the ES is moving. So reminder, guys, that I tell you guys to practice the ES, not the NQ. Use the NQ for confluence, but practice on the ES. It's way cleaner. Russell's pushing down real aggressive too. Apple with that quick move up and now starting to reject. See if commodities can hold up to indexes potentially flipping bearish. Crypto folks, they're trying really hard to flip bullish market structure. True Algo members that have been with us for a while now, please keep noting, like, I know a lot of you guys like the NQ because the wins can seem bigger, but like it's not worth the volatility and longevity of markets. You're going to want to be on the ES, not the NQ. You'll thank us later. There's just an extra layer of stress that you don't want to have. And I think one of the other things, like, people have to learn how to scale. And as you guys scale, NQ is going to cause you to like literally lose your hair, where the ES is going to make it much more chill. Russell is rejecting so hard from our box. It's beautiful. See if we can get that full design play to happen now. Apple went to a new high on its current calls. I'll show you guys what I mean on a 1 minute. There's a brand new high if you took the calls. Reminder, we're still neutral on Amazon. NVIDIA is failing at the moment, and neutral on Microsoft. You guys notice what I can't really say his name, Talk to the Hand. He's talking about he's knocked out at break even on the ES, and he's just saying that's where he's putting his stop. It's not a rule to like have it at break even at that point, but it's totally appropriate. You don't go broke being a break even trader. And just a reminder, guys, if 95% of people lose everything in 6 to 9 months, then being break even is already better than the 95%. It just doesn't feel good, you know what I mean? Yeah, CJ, it's easier to be on that ES side always. I would just suggest you guys check it out more. I mean, look at the divergence right now. You see it? You are not supposed to diverge the NQ from the ES like this. It is not normal. And we're continuing to see that this week. So by being aware of that, you can take advantage of the ES or be on your hands instead of forcing plays to happen just because there's a confirmation on both. I mean, the ES is literally green right now, and the NQ is red. Like, it's not normal. The Russell's actually muscling back up again. Now, if you had your trail correctly, your trail would have been taken. In my opinion, I don't know how you guys trailed it, but remember I said put your trail right there where that candle started. You can see they nipped it and now push it up. And that's the goal, CJ, always to live to trade another day. Big rejection now on Apple, big rejection on NVIDIA. Indexes are holding up really well comparatively. US 30 is gunning for that target. Again, we can't play it up to there, but we're inside. I think gold has put in a new high. Almost, it's almost there. So commodities holding up well against the indexes right now, trying to flip bearish. See if we can get to a new high here on gold. Again, just high of the day. Gold, folks, if you guys remember earlier, I said there's a potential that gold could get a really big breakout today. It's just trying to deal with this consolidation fest from the end of the day yesterday. If it can break that, it could run. And by the way, like, look, there's nothing over here. That's what I mean. Like, it's trying to break through this little area. You might get a massive trend day. You could get to 3,500 on gold today. You might get to new all-time highs. Like, it doesn't have much in its way. The only thing that's going to be in the way is time because it's a Friday. But there's another new high on the current candle position on gold. You've now pushed up, I think, about 50 points total. Sorry, only 45, but it's getting there. Just sit here on gold for a little bit. Need to put like little drum sounds in the background or something, like techno music. Just go. That Russell, what is it, 10 minutes away from a potential short. You can see the QQQ and SPY telling us to do absolutely nothing, stay on our hands. Reminder, these ends here are just to remind you that they are neutral. They're not bad drawings of price action. They're supposed to be an N for neutral. Indexes aren't budging. Another new high on gold. There we go. There's 50 plus points now. Getting closer to that 60 range. Yep, there's 60. Come on. Push, 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 push. I like it too because US 30 or silver is not really moving much. Again, guys, listen to me. If you remember earlier, and this is one of those times like if you watch back this stream, it's going to be hard to catch because, I mean, we've been on for an hour and 20 minutes. There is the chance that because there's nothing to the left of price right now, that gold is going to run. Like, so what would be my suggestion? If you're in it right now, it's especially, guys, it's a Friday. Like, it's a good day right now on this play. Remember, this is a demo and paper trade purpose only. I am just here to educate and entertain, nothing else. This is not for real trading. All right. Like, this is a good time to just take the play, maybe shave a little bit off to end the week, and then set your stop to break even and just let it go and see if I'm correct and we get this massive bull run for a Friday. Or just be mechanical and take your idea right there at the full average win if you get it. But don't let 65 to 70 points straight on the gold go to waste either. Just figure out how you want to finish your week. A lot of us need to finish the week positive, both mentally and then just also on the charts so that we can start the next week great. Big rejection now on the ESNQ, getting that divergence from the US 30. Hope you guys see what I mean. Again, why the NQ is just not a good idea. And True Algo members, why I posted what I did in our channel. Russell's actually moving the same exact direction of the ESNQ. You're going to see the stocks are terrible. Like, look at Apple. These gigantic wicks. I can't talk. Still holding its bullish momentum. NVIDIA failing at the moment. But Apple's still holding here. Nice, West. About to get another new high here on gold in a second. There goes. There's another new high. Just keep watching it. I'll show you on the smaller time frame so you can see it. Another new high, another new high. Just let it run, man. This is an old daily beacon and scalp target, so I'm not too worried about these at all, guys. These are old. We know they're old because they extend out further than the daily box, so they don't matter. SPY, QQQ, not saying anything. For the record, if NQ holds this, then that would be that last sniper entrance that you have available. Be the very last one, but it has to hold that box. I still don't like it because it's diverging, the divergence earlier from the ES. And if you guys remember yesterday, remember how all of this consolidation fest yesterday on the ES and NQ at the top, and it's because we had this divergence near New York Open, and now we're getting that again. Hopefully that makes sense, guys. Gold pushing up again. There's another new high on the gold play. Just trying to see if we can get that full 95 points before the stream's done. Remember, you're going to see this daily beacon get cleared, but that's an old beacon. You'll see it'll go to a check mark in just a second. There's the check mark will pop up now. Come on, gold. Come on. Yeah, ESNQ, that divergence is just going. SQ, by the way, now has gotten to the box, so that's a positive. If the SQ guys reverses bearish here, that means we're going to get this move for the indexes. If the SQ now extends past the box, then you're going to push down further. Almost there on gold, guys. We should get it live here in just a second. Again, that's 86 points. The average win is 95 in the stats. And then telling you, just from a practice standpoint, try to let gold run its course. Here comes the average win. Watch it like be a tease, you know what I mean? Like it'll stop like one tick and then reject downwards just to be a pain. But let's pop that average win right here and then watch them take profit with us. Move my mouse out of the way. And there you go. There's your full average win on gold. I hope that helped you guys. I'm going to jump off now. Chaga members, I hope that had been helpful. Don't sit there and keep messing with the ESNQ. Like, read my note in the market sentiment channel about you need to build confluence right now. Like, stop taking ideas on the indexes because they're stuck at weekly open. You're going to tell yourself, why did I not just take a break this week? But you always say that after the fact. We're helping you say it when it's happening or right before it happens. So I hope that I did help you guys on this stream today. I hope that the gold play helped you out for those of you guys who are just hanging out and waiting for things to produce itself. And just a reminder, if you are on the gold play, secure now. And as you practice, let it trail because there's nothing in the way on gold. Look, nada. Like you got room to go. Just let it go, man. It's a big, big win. Take it when you can get it. See if silver can push up real aggressively too to help out. But I appreciate you guys being here. Roman, thanks for joining the stream. You didn't have to be here, but I appreciate your time. We do this, try to do this every single day that we can for members in our Discord. If you ever want help, just feel free to jump over here. And you can reach out to me on Discord as well if you have questions. I'll be there to answer them. I don't hide from questions and stuff like that too. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. And I just hope that I was helpful and you learned something. That's the goal. So yeah, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you as well. Have a fantastic rest of your day. True Algo members, again, for any of you guys that are celebrating the weekend with Labor Day, try to have a fantastic weekend, and I look forward to spending another week with you guys tomorrow. I do feel a little bit better. Thanks, West. Bye, guys. Take care.